ever take that time to give back to our bodies, which is what I call restorative therapy. Restorative therapy is what can change you before you have to get surgery, medication, and all this Western medicine. The doctors will tell you, you basically don't have another choice, because for them, they see one road. And when it comes to restorative therapy, we see, what is your body going to do? And it's just excitement, because we know that when you put the right things in your body was created to heal itself. We talk about that in here a lot. We talk about energy. So I had 3 babies, all big babies, 10-pound babies. So to say the least, I had some sciatic nerve pain. I had some lower back issues, and I had a lot of neck tension. I started taking this class, which we call the Fascinator. That's the name of the tool that I passed out. The Fascinator class, for me, was difficult. It was painful. It was not something I was excited to do. However, I'm one of those people, like, what do they say? No pain, no gain, I guess, right? I'm one of those, I have that mindset of, it's okay if it hurts, it's okay if it's uncomfortable. If I potentially will see benefits, I want to keep trying it and see what's going to happen. So I went to the class for about a year, and my sciatic nerve pain was gone. I was going to my dance classes regularly, running, doing all these other activities with my friends, and I thought, okay, this is different. This isn't yoga, this isn't stretching, this isn't something that you have to keep coming back to me or to a teacher. This is something people can do at home. This is something that they can do continuously, regardless of age, fitness levels. We can all benefit from applying pressure to our bodies, and that's basically all that we do with this. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to roll your feet, and then I'm going to go into more education. So we're doing something while we're learning. So if you have a roller and you have your shoes off, I invite you to place the roller under your foot. And when we roll the foot, we roll from the knuckle line, which is a transverse arch in the foot, to just in front of the heel. Now, truthfully, in order for you to get the most benefit, you do want to stand up and you do want to apply pressure. Usually I say to the upper thigh, and you do want to be careful. Now, if you're sitting and you have tender feet, you can probably feel the, feel the pressure, feel those points of tension under the foot. And if you don't feel anything, just apply more pressure. That's the idea. So we turn the foot to the inside and we get the arch. We go to the center. That's where we're going to feel any plantar fasciitis pain. There is a triangle in the center of that foot there. And then as we turn under the pinky toe, we usually have a couple knots back there. So as I'm talking, you guys roll through that front to back. And then we also do a side rock to open up the foot. We like to create separation between the muscles, the ligaments, and the things that become calcified in the foot. And then you can also rock side to side right on that transverse arch. So play with your feet. Go ahead, do both feet. I say you're not done with one foot until it's warm. You'll feel circulation. That's what we do. That's what fascia does. It pulls the blood, pushes out any inflammation, any stored fluids, any damage that we do to our body, any trauma, even just a bump, somewhere, that creates that inflammation. And if we don't push and pull and move those fluids around, they become stagnant. And what does stagnation do to the body? Creates disease, creates cancer. So now let's move into the energetic side. How is fascia connected to our spirit, right? Connected to our soul, our energy. So in times of trauma, we've always heard fight or flight. Now I believe in freeze and flow. I kind of have adapted these to my life because I'm, as Dr. Scott has taught me, I'm an ascended being. I'm high clair cognizant. So when I hear things, I know things, and I don't have to question them. I feel them, and I say, okay, everybody needs to know about this. Everybody's life can be improved from this, and I love to facilitate that. I'm a community builder in health and wellness. So I learned traumatic situation, we have energy around us. I'll tell you a short personal story. My son was in an accident in our backyard. And because of the trauma, he had energy stored in him. My husband had energy stored in him, and there was also that traumatic energy stored on our property in our backyard. That's how energy works, okay? So a lot of energy needed to be cleared from that situation. That accident happened just 2 weeks after I was certified in this. So talk about timelines and information. I knew that I had heard about this process of energy being stored in our body, but until my family went through this traumatic event, I didn't personalize it to go, wow, that's exactly what they're talking about. So in this situation, my child was injured, and he was able, because he is a magnificent light, his birthday is 2/22, he was instantly able to transmute that energy into light, which for me is just, he's taught me so much since that day. My husband went into flight, so he moved his energy straight over to my son to assist him with that injury. There was another gentleman in the backyard, and that man went into freeze. And he saw, and he saw, and he couldn't move, and he couldn't talk, and he froze. And after hearing this, I thought, that's exactly what happens. And if we freeze, we're not aware that that energy just got put somewhere. Now it's in his shoulder, or it's in his back, or it's in his hips. So through this power, we have the opportunity to go back and do work from maybe our high school, teenage, childhood years, where we were in traumatic events, and energy was stored in that place. And now we just call that our painful spot. You know, we walk through life and go, yeah, that's just my right hip. Yeah, I've been dealing with that for 10 years now. And interestingly enough, if you have an injury or pain in your body for more than 6 weeks, it's an energetic wound. It's no longer a physical wound, because our physical body only takes an average of 6 weeks to heal itself from any injury. That's including a broken bone, which is one of those, ooh, it takes forever to fix. So I have a lot of information. I know I just spit a lot at you, but I'd like to go more into energy with you guys than the physical side of this. What I have here, I'm just going to set them down, or you know what, pass them around. If something interests you, keep it. This is on fascia, the fascia lines, and then a little bit of my information that if you don't have my phone number. I made these because I do workshops for fascia, so I just brought you guys all my extra handouts. This is the part that I think will intrigue you guys the most. This is your body reframe, body code. And as we're in here, we're talking about energy all the time. So if you have pain in areas right here along this line, you're going to see things that you can say, affirmations, to help to release that stored trauma. And then on the back side, you will get your body chart of also, if you're feeling afraid, you know, that's going to be pain down in your feet. This coincides with the chakras. So the lower level chakras are the root chakras. Those are going to be the lower levels of the body. The shame, the guilt, of course the anger, all the way up to here, insecurity, frustration, and fear, afraid. So you can see all the different things that may be coinciding with that. For instance, if you're having trouble with your eyes, that may be stubborn or inflexibility. Your nose, your throat, you can't speak up for yourself. Obviously, that's your throat chakra. So these I received because I also got Reiki certified. Because once you get started in this energy world, it's very, very intriguing to not stop. So if you'd like to look at them, pass them around. If you like to just take a picture with your phone, I think I only have about 10 copies there. And this is just more of my personal information. Okay, so we know we have this line. I've told you about it, this fascia line. You can look at the pictures. What's in it? What does it do? Your fascia line contains all your collagen and all of your elastin. And those are pretty important for us women. We hear those words a lot. We want collagen in our skin. We want collagen for our hair and our nails. And if we have inflammation, if we have any blockages in the body, that collagen and elastin is not flowing to the area where it's needed. So as we're moving through the roller, we're opening that up. Now, Eastern Western medicine we all love, they're so much more advanced than we are. They have been using trigger point and acupuncture therapy, and they have these places in our bodies. I think most Western medicine call them like imaginary spindles, like as if, let's pretend something important happens right there. And they never really came to an agreement that this was an important thing. Well, when fascia was discovered in 2012.
Wow.
Say that again? In 2012, fascia was put into the medical books. Finally.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I know, and you just think, wow, I graduated high school in 2000. That just makes me feel like my education. Throw it off to the side. Skin is not your largest living organ. Fascia, or fascia, however you want to pronounce it, is your largest living organ in your body. So, what is it? It spans from head to toe. It circulates this collagen and elastin with, of course, your fluid, your hydration. But what is it circulating in your body? Baby cells. And Eastern medicine, they knew this. Those spindles, where they would put the needles, have like literally little hurricanes, little tornadoes in our body, continuously spinning. And every time it spins, a new cell is shooting out of that spindle. They know exactly where to go. They're pre-programmed. They have onboard computers. They go right to, hey, this cell goes to my ankle because I twisted it last week and I need new cells there. They travel through that fascia line. They know exactly where to go as long as we have open roads. So that's our job. Open up the roads, clear out all of the gunk. Yes?
I was just popping my head of the memory that fascia has light in it, right?
Yeah.
So fascia, I remember your eyes have a complete different fascia. And also, if you ever notice rubbing your eyes, okay, you don't rub the pupil, okay, like you rub around it. You ever notice there's light? See that, right?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for bringing that up, because just like I said, fascia wasn't actually written into the medical books until 2012. Since then, they have had medical doctors and scientists take microscopes in through the fascia line of the body, and they've not only discovered light, they've discovered multicolored lights. We have blue light, red light, orange light, green light, yellow light in our bodies. When we think we're pure darkness in there, you know, doctors have told us like it's just dark inside, you know, nothing. And there's light in our fascia. It radiates in different colors. All of our fascia is based off of 12 different fascia lines in the body. However, like she said, and what Easton talked about a couple weeks ago, is that our eyeballs are on a completely separate line of fascia. So if we do want to decrease the inflammation in the eyes, also known as glaucoma, where it starts to puff out, you simply put that pressure, reverse pressure, on the eyeballs and around the sockets of the eyes. Did you have a question?
No, I was just listening to you because I missed what support.
Yeah. So, other than that,
What is reverse pressure?
so our eyes are naturally pushing out. It's building up and pushing, so we reverse it and push back towards it. You don't want to push on the color, but definitely I would spend at least 1 to 2 minutes every day, especially if you have issues, and massage the eyeballs. Yeah, I just use my pointer fingers looking away, and then I use my thumbs to get up on the whole bone, eye socket, all the way around. And again, with our face and our facial structure, learning about our third eye and the glands in our head, right back here, you know, we have the 2 eyes in the back of our head. Well, what I realized before I had come to Scott for my channeling, someone had said, when they were doing a foot zoning, I noticed you have a lot of calcification around your spinal cord where your fluid comes up. And from what he told me, yes, that was also causing calcification on my pineal gland. And through using the roller in the back of my neck, I've been able to break down a lot of that. So you guys probably don't have these rollers at home, but you might have a rolling pin that's made out of wood or granite. It's a great option. If your kids have a baseball bat or anything hard. The idea, Anthony Crisco is the inventor and creator of this roller, and he studies at the Fascia Institute in Europe. And there's a lot of different fascia products out there. what we were taught and what I believe, because I've had success with clients, is that this roller is flat and hard because our fascia will move to the place of least resistance. So if we're rolling over it and we have what they call a knobby fascia roller, it will simply go in and push that fascia apart, where this one is gonna flatten it and force the inflammation out. So the size is great. This is made to go through all body parts. In my class, we do roll our hips, we roll our neck, we roll our thyroid, we roll our digestive system, which resets your serotonin and then helps you sleep better because that releases your melatonin. If you have anyone who has digestive issues, just not using the bathroom regularly, this is one of the easiest forms of digestive release. Yes, Vivian, did you have a question?
I never know peanut butter and with that let them in on a peanut.
Ooh, good job. You're so smart.
And penguin the other way on and no jaguars can get you. Bobby the way on and
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, so I have so much information. I love this product so much. I didn't know what to bring to you guys. I didn't want to overwhelm you. But I think now if you have questions or you want demonstrations.
Going to school at CNC massage therapy, and when I work on someone, I know a lot of people like to tissue, but I've learned that it's probably better to first kind of form things up and not go into sometimes we use that kind of fascial thing. And a lot of times it's not even a deep issue, it's just something you need to work out.
Yeah, 60% of the nerves are in the fascia, not in the muscle. And so when you are working on people, can I be honest without hurting your feelings? Don't do fascia. Just don't, because so many massage therapists, they're using their hands first of all. Work on the muscle. I say, I've had so many people come to me and say, oh, I've done fascia, but I got bruised. And I said, where did you do it? Oh, my massage therapist did it to me.
Or like myofascial release, you mean?
Yeah, myofascial release in massage. So the idea is that as you're pushing, your hands are going to be pushing one side of the fascia, which is going to be deep, but the fascia is just going to move out of the way. And so that's why I think using a tool is best. I've heard scraping. Massage therapists will do scraping, which causes the blood to rise to the surface. People end up with the bruised, hickey type,
The cupping.
red, the cupping and stuff like that. That all causes scar tissue underneath the skin surface. And what scar tissue is the fascia building up to heal itself. So it's kind of reverse whatever we're trying to do.
Yeah, I know that they're doing a really micro tears as for like cupping or.
Yeah, and the micro, that's just not healthy. So the way I look at it is massage therapy is amazing for releasing it and preparing them for fascia. Because I tell people, if you're gonna do it, we're so tight sometimes, we need to go to yoga or go get a massage to relax the muscles so then they can get into the fascia. We do have a smaller tool. So I would say either order that tool and use that on your client so that it's flat and hard, or come up with your own idea. I have a metal dowel, think about that thing, that I use, or not metal, wooden, and I use that sometimes on my neck. Customize your own tool. I would just say using your hands is for massage, and when you do fascia, try to think of something flat and hard that's not gonna allow the muscle to move from side to side.
What about something like the cupping units that are for fascia and that they don't suck really hard? It's just kind of a very gentle release, go and move on.
Well,
What do you think?
I just think that's not really affecting the fascia, because fascia, what fascia is it's already a slimy, watery, loose, flowy material inside the body. So just lifting and lowering the skin is working with the skin. It's creating separation between the skin and everything down there, but the fascia is wrapping the muscle. The fascia is way beneath the skin anyways.
So even if you follow the lines and go to the lymph drainage stuff.
Okay, so lymph drainage is different, and I would say use that for more of the lymph area, because we do have our lymphs, And that's really, really important.